Hi.
You're right at that microphone.
Yep, all good. Is yours right?
Yeah, great.
Yep.
I came up to stand-up tragedy last year for Edinburgh. But this is your first time, isn't it, Liam?
Yep. Yeah, excited to be here.
I'm
going to move this. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. We sort of prepared things separately. I've got a tragic poem about a tragic public figure to read out to you. It's sort of part of his tragedy is that he's not a public figure anymore. It'll become clear as I go through it. You didn't really tell me what you'd be doing tonight, Liam.
Well, basically, being a
When you're on the
citizen,
train. Sorry.
being a citizen of the world, 21st century man, I'm sick of these bloody money men in London. Am I right? Having all the money and all the stuff, for the good ideas. We've all heard of Chuppa Chups and stuff like that. So I'm just here to show tonight that the little people can have good ideas as well, with something I've invented called the tombola of ideas, and you guys will see what that is in a bit.
Can I start with my...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, this is Jason's Lament.
Sorry, do you want to point out who Jason Dorr is? Because before I Wikipedia'd him, I thought you'd made him up. No one's ever heard. Anyone ever heard of Jason Dorr? No one gives a shit. So.
Sorry, yeah, good point. Jason Dorr was a presenter on the first series of the rebranded Top Gear when they brought it back in 2002. It was him, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond. He was taken off, or did he fall or was he pushed? And that's one of the themes of the poem. So we'll get started. Thanks. Left on the starting grid. Stalled at the first corner, the almost, nearly, not quite member of Top Gear's New World Order. Alongside Richard and Jeremy, before James came on the scene, a cheerful, chubby chappy, bringing his knowledge of second-hand cars to the team. The cracks began to show early. Your styles just didn't quite mesh. You the apologetic parent to the bullying kids in the crash. You chuckle as they said something racist, an inkling of guilt in your eyes. To many an awkward viewer it seemed, you never were one of the guys. Cars were objects of necessity for you, a way of getting from A to B. Why not invest wisely in a reliable model? Why splash out on a Ford GT? But for Jezza and Rich they were playthings, Hot Wheels for the privileged and rich. Who cares if you write off that 50 grand motor? What's wrong if it ends up in a ditch? You grounded them.
Sorry. Are we
ever
going to get to my bit? Because people are just starting. People at the back are looking a bit. Can I start there? Is that okay?
Yeah, if you want to get
Okay,
started.
brilliant. Right. I just want to point out it's not about Leo's bit being boring or anything like that. This is just. I like to call this tragetainment. Okay, there's something in it for everyone. And in that vein, I've got a song that goes with it. I'll just pop that on. Right, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the tombola of ideas. How about a short round of applause for that? Thank you. It may look like a £3.99 salad spinner, and that is what it is, but getting tombolas is surprisingly difficult. What I've got basically here is a load of ideas that I put in here, and then I'll come up with different categories, and I'll get an idea out for that category, and then we'll send those off, and then just share the money out between us or something afterwards, alright? So, the first round that I've got is the government. The government's sort of programme of austerity and despair. I think it might be a bit more palatable if it had a nicer name. So, in that vein, what's the new name going to be? Exquisite. So the Exquisite programme or something. Carry on.
You grounded them. You reined them in. Your presence made sure this was a factual programme about cars. The fact that it was shot in a warehouse also gave it some level of authenticity. A happy medium you provided between we the viewers and the beer-fueled, caravan-destroying world devoid of women in which they resided. The ratings, never were stellar. In fact, they were average at best. And this wasn't good enough for Richard and Jeremy. They wanted to rule the world of early Sunday evening television. They wanted hypothetical medals pinning to their chests. A plan was hatched, a scheme devised. the public school boys would stick together to make sure that their hilarious banter remained televised. There's something not right with this team, they said. It's the reason the ratings are low, they said. We have to stop playing these games, they said. We've called an old friend. He's called James.
Sorry, you're on.
Nervous glances in the production.
Sorry, mate, are you okay? Sorry, that guy there I saw you looking like Tom Bowler, that's all.
I just started this one.
Sorry. Round 2, everyone. Back by popular demand. Angelina Jolie. She's got lots of wacky kids, hasn't she? What if they have a new one? Her and Brad. What's that going to be called? Could it be Glamour? Glamour.
Nervous glances in the production office. Whispered conversations.
Sorry, is it Pit Jolie? Is that what they call themselves? Would it be Glamour Pit Jolie?
Yes.
Right, okay, sure.
Whispered conversations that end as you walk by. Does everyone know something I don't? You think. Of course not. Don't be stupid, they lie. The producer, his beckoning finger. Polite, yet reserved is his tone. He informs you of Andy's decision. Silence.
Sorry, hang
you
on.
walk out alone.
Who's Andy?
What?
You said Andy, I don't think...
He was the executive producer. On Top Gear.
Right, but next time just point that out, because even fans of Top Gear might not know who that...
I imagine like just his
carry
place.
on, just carry on, sorry. Carry on.
Suggest that he had some, decision making. Okay. Richard and Jezza plead ignorance. It's those letters and Jews, they exclaim. They run the beeb, dear Jason, old chap, and also the left is to blame. You go back to writing for papers. Being a radio guest brings in the dough. But by chance you're in on a Sunday night. You switch on, and your heart fills with woe. A new face next to Jezza and Richard. Unknown, but somehow familiar. They've undone all my well-fought hard work, you cry out. With him, R&J just seems sillier. Who will curb all of Jeremy's extremism? 3 faces,
Sorry.
But they seem just one man.
Sorry, did you say extremism?
Yeah.
Just
What?
that ties in very well with my next round, so...
It's
might
to
be,
do
a
with
good
extremism.
might be a nice little segue, flawless segue to... Yeah, extremism. Can I...
Well, I'm more curious now then.
Okay. Right, who's heard of ISIS? ISIS?
What's ISIS?
You know the whole sort of political, that tense situation in the Middle East?
Yeah.
I think they're the bad men in that. But then they changed their name to IS. So what if they do it again, Just let the tombola. Suspend. Sounds like a bit like a team on The Apprentice, doesn't it? That's quite good, actually.
Who will curb all of Jeremy's extremism? 3 faces, but they seem just one man. I doubt though that management will stand for this. How long till the BBC ban? Through the years you watch with bemusement. They get worse, but the ratings get higher. Merchandise, chat shows, awards, all the rest. And somehow, no one is fired. Of course you're concerned when he crashes. You phone, but no one replies. We've been mates for years, Jezza says on Sky News. You think, was he telling me lies? This isn't a car show at all, you shout out, though no one is round you to hear. The shroud of bitterness descends like a cloak. The fridge is opened. You pull out... Are you going to do another one then?
Is that alright?
I'm literally just about to finish.
Oh, no, I'll do one. Cheers. Right, Yankee candles. Anybody like Yankee candles? Right, new fragrance, Yankee. You get the deal. We know what I'm talking about. Here we go. I've just torn that in half. Fabric. That's brilliant. That really just shows how good the tombola is. Sorry.
The fridge is opened. You pull out a beer. So farewell, the 5th Beatle of Top Gear. Farewell, O presenter of yore. A star in a reasonably priced car? I fear not. they'd never let you near the door. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. Oh, I genuinely really didn't expect that because it's still in the development stages, but thank you so much. And how about a hand for Leo's poem as well? Leo and Liam, thank you very much. Leo and Liam, everybody!